Big welcome to Oregon State Beavers Baseball Dynasty. It's MVP 06 NCAA Baseball. We are in the middle of Pac-10 play here as we tried to get into the meat of the season. We have the Washington Huskies from Seattle. We're coming off a two-game split against the Texas Tech Red Raiders out of conference. We lost one 2-1 and won the other one 10-0. We are in Seattle, Washington now to take on the Huskies. Washington, middle of the pack in the Pac-10. Parker Kester takes the hill for them. He's 3-5 with a 4.96 ERA. We are 4-2 and tied atop the Pac-10 conference. Rene Rogers to lead things off in the top of the first. He is probably the best hitter on the team here. Rene Rogers, just a junior. He takes the curveball over the plate for strike one, and then he's going to bloop this one into center field. Gets down for a base hit for Rogers, and he's always a threat to steal a base. Batting order for the Beavers: Rogers, Brandwert, Swaden, Washburn. They get most of the work done for the Beavers. The top of the order, the bottom of the order is a little bit anemic. We're trying to figure things out down there. Palm ball is up high for ball one. Next pitch is over the middle of the plate for strike one. And Rogers is going, and he's going to steal that base easily. Pop fly down the third base line is going to be out of play. The count's 1-2 with Rogers on second and nobody out. And the forkball gets him for out number one. Here's Swaden. Swaden with the blooper into center field. Rogers gets a bad read on it, and he started going back to second, and he will end up on third for Geno Washburn. Washburn, another big run-producing hitter for us in our lineup. He is a senior. And the count's 0-2 to Washburn with runners on first and second. Here's the 0-1 delivery. High curveball taken deep to left field. That ball is heading back towards the wall, and it is gone. It's out of here. A home run for Geno Washington. And the Beavs are on the board early in this one. A 3-run shot for Washington. And that's his 4th home run of the season. Jeff Maloney comes to the plate now for the Beavers. With one out, Maloney lines one into right field for a base knock. And that'll bring up Devin Tomko, the right fielder. Runner on first with one down. Beavers already out in front 3-0 on UW. Here's the pitch from Kester. It's a forkball swung on and missed. 0-1 count. A curveball breaks into the zone. Check swing doesn't matter. It was a strike anyway. And then here's the palm ball. On to second for one and to first as they complete the double play. And Kyle Harville, the starting pitcher for the Oregon State Beavers here today. He is our ace. He's got a 1.55 ERA despite being only 3-5. Not a lot of run support, but it's gotten better for him lately. So you took a look at the Washington Huskies batting order. Here's Harville facing the first batter. First pitch fastball swung on and missed. 0-1 count, breaking ball swung over the top of. We're quickly 0-2 in the hole here on the first batter. Harville's delivery, grounded up the middle, and it's going to get past Brandwert, the shortstop, and into center field for a base hit. Rogers gets it back into the infield. We got a runner on first with nobody out. And a quick check on the runner at first. First pitch, swung on and missed. It's an 0-1 count with the runner on first. Harville's delivery is going to be lifted into center field. Rogers circling underneath it. And he's going to make the catch, get it back to the cutoff guy, and the runner will have to hold it first. Here's Blake DeJesus. He is second in NCAA baseball in home runs with 12. 12 home runs on the season, so he is a very dangerous hitter in the Washington Huskies lineup. Harville falls behind him quickly 2-0, and the curveball misses outside, and I think with a 3-0 count, we're just going to put him on instead of taking our chances throwing him a cookie. That'll bring up Eddie Wiggins, the shortstop for the Huskies, with runners on first and second and only one out, facing Harville. Splitter, swung on and missed. 0-1 delivery now. A breaking ball on the outside corner also missed. Fastball up and away, taken for ball one. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A splitter swung on and missed, and that's out number two. Brings up Andy Sanabria. He is the catcher for Washington. He fouls off the first pitch. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that is lifted into left field, and that one's going to drop in front of Swaden. The runner rounds third, heading for the plate. Swaden's throw is not going to be in time, and the Huskies are on the board. Jarrett Coleman now, the designated hitter. with 2 outs. A drive into left field. Swaden's not going to reach it. It's a foul ball. 0-1 count. Ground ball towards Maloney. Maloney on to Bigby at first. And that's the last out of the inning. At the end of the first, it's the Beavers 3, the Huskies 1 here in Seattle. Top of the third now as we skip through the second inning. Score still 3-1 in favor of the Beavers. High fly ball to right field is taken care of out there. First out of the inning brings up Jeff Banwart, the shortstop for Oregon State. Here's the delivery from Kester. Fork ball over the corner, but not quite in the strike zone. A 2-0 count now after the curveball misses. Palm ball up high, and it's fouled down the right field line. 2-1 count with 1 out now. Ground ball to the left side. Diving play made there by the third baseman. On to first for the out. Brings up Nick Swaden, the left fielder. He's batting .226. He is 1 for 1 today. Tried to keep the inning alive against Kester with the fork ball. 0-1 the count. Another fork ball. He swings over the top of it. 0-2. Curveball catches the top part of the plate, but called a ball. A 1-2 count after that foul off, and here is the drive down the first baseline on the ground. First baseman takes care of it. We're in the middle of 3. It's 3-1 Beavers with the lead. P.J. Milner leading off the bottom of the third for Washington. He's batting .339. Delivery from Harville. Lined right back up the middle for a base hit. He takes a turn around first, decides to head back. Brings up Bako Melik. And Melik lifts one into left field. This is about where the RBI hit was, but this time Swaden gets underneath it to record the out. Brings Blake DeJesus back up. He was walked in his first plate appearance. First pitch to DeJesus. Big cut on the splitter. Trying to add to that number 2 in the nation home run total on that swing. 0-2 count, a ball taken there for 1-2. And another check swing on the splitter, and this time the first base umpire punches him out. Eddie Wiggins to the plate now with 2 down and a runner on first here in the third. Here's the pitch from Harville to Wiggins. Wiggins, foul ball just on the foul side of third base there. 0-1 count, curveball. On the outside corner, Wiggins can't reach it. And now he grounds it up the middle for a base hit as the 0-2 pitch catches too much of the plate. Runner heads on to third, and we got runners on the corners for Andy Sanabria. He chops one down the third baseline foul. 0-1 count. And the runner's going from first, and he's going to make it safely without a throw. Breaking ball off the plate. It's 2-1. Two-seamer catches the outside corner on the 2-2 pitch. And he's going to be rung up there on strikes. And he goes down looking. And that ends the third inning, still 3-1. Beavers with the lead. Washburn to lead things off. He's 1 for 1 today. All 3 RBIs to his name on the 3-run home run to left. Pitch from Kester is a palm ball. This time he drives it deep to right field. That one is going to stay fair into the corner. Washburn on his horse around first. He's heading to second, and he's going to have to hold up there with a double. He is not the fastest player on this team. One of the backup catchers, but playing DH most of the season for us. Here's another palm ball on the ground to the right side. That's going to move Washburn up a base. So with 1 out, Washburn is at third. Devin Tomko comes to the plate. Trying to manufacture a run here for Oregon State. Pitch left inner half, and it's fouled off. The next pitch is grounded to the right side. Runner's going to have to stay at third. And we can't get the job done there. John Norris now comes to the plate with 2 outs. He's going to need a hit to score that run from third. Norris, the backup catcher, grounds to the third base side. Nice play on to first for the out, and the Beavers strand the run at third. In the middle of the fourth inning, it's still 3-1. Jarrett Coleman to the plate. He's the DH for the Huskies. Here is the pitch from Harville. Swung on, driven deep to left field. Swaden going back. He's at the track, looking up, and it's gone. A home run for the Huskies. Just a solo blast to lead off the inning by Jarrett Coleman. He's 1 for 2 today with the home run. He's batting .284 on the season. And that one cuts the lead to 1. Rocco Wooten now to the plate. He's batting .234, nobody out. The score is 3-2 now. Beavers with the lead. 0-1 count, curveball. Breaks over the plate for strike two. The circle change, just low. 1-2 count. Here's the delivery from Harville, up and in with the four-seamer. 2-2 delivery now is the breaking ball. It is lined to the shortstop, Banwert, and he makes the catch. It'll bring up Ramiro Sharman for the Washington Huskies. Breaking ball. Misses, 1-0 count. Splitter swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. And the four-seamer, a big hack taken at that one. It's 1-2. Circle change, drops below the knees for ball number 2. And a base hit, slicing into left center field. Rogers gets it back in, and Washington has a runner on base with 1 out. Guys, with the slow start to the season in out-of-conference play, I think any chance of making it to postseason play is going to have to depend on winning the Pac-10 conference. So you see the second out of the inning on the fielder's choice at second base. So these conference games are very important for us because we can't rely on an out-of-conference record to get us to the postseason. Oregon State leads 3-2 at the end of 4. Interesting to note, I was looking at Oregon State's 2006 season. This is MVP Baseball 06, so I guess that was probably came out in 05 maybe. I'm not sure where EA Sports was on that timeline. But the Oregon State baseball team did, in fact, win the national championship in 2006. That is something I did not know until just recently. So picked a pretty good baseball team here. We did not show it in the non-conference play, though. Here's a line drive that splits the gap in right center, and we're on with a double. That is the 9th hitter, Al Fellows. He's the backup second baseman, giving Ari Riesland a breather. He's our normal second baseman. So a big double for the backup, and then Rene Rogers pops it straight up the chute, a little helicopter pop fly. Banwert comes to the plate now with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs, trying to add to a 3-2 lead and give Harville a little breathing room. This is the first game of a 3-game series with the Washington Huskies. We'll play 2 more here in Seattle before we have the rest of the week off before facing the Arizona Wildcats. They're the only team in the Pac-10 who are in the top 25, and I believe they're in the top 10. I am not 100% certain. We'll take a look at that before the game next week. The next episode that I will do of Oregon State Beavers franchise will probably feature one of those 3 games against the Arizona State Wildcats. As the ball is hit on the ground to Maloney. Maloney taking his time on to first for the out. Blake DeJesus. This guy is second in the NCAA in home runs. Like I've said before, he has not hurt us yet today. And he reaches for a pitch on the outside corner and pops it into shallow left field where it's taken care of there by Banwert, the shortstop. Brings up Wiggins with 2 outs now in the bottom of 5. Harville was a little bit shaky early, gave up a couple of runs, but he's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. And then we've got a base hit into right center field. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. The runner's rounding first, heading for second. And he thinks about going to third, but he puts on the brakes. Brings up Andy Sanabria with 2 outs. He swings over the splitter, trying to tie the game up with a 2-out RBI. Foul ball down the right field line makes the count 0-2, and then he chases the 2-seamer up and out of the strike zone. Nice pitch by Harville. So he gets Sanabria to swing and miss to end the 5th inning. We're still tied at 3, or not tied, we're still up 3-2 in favor of Oregon State. Here's Swaden. Swaden steps into the box. First pitch is a fastball. He grounds it to the right side. Throw on to first for out number 1. Geno Washburn, he's having himself a day here. He's 2 for 2 with a double. Pair of doubles, actually. No, sorry, a home run and a double so far on the day. And he takes the cutter over the plate for strike 1. And then he just about takes the pitcher's head off with a line drive right back up the middle. So a home run, a double, and a single for Geno Washburn. He's on first with 1 out. Oregon State trying to get a little bit of a bigger cushion for Harville. 0-1 count. The forkball runs outside off the plate. 1-1. Palm ball. This guy for Washington, Kester, he's throwing a lot of junk. Palm balls, fork balls, all kinds of junk. Base hit up the middle for Oregon State. And the runner's heading to third, and he's going to be gunned down. A nice throw by the center fielder. A base running mistake by the Beavers as they make the final out of the inning at third. And that could possibly come back to haunt him. Here's Jarrett Coleman now. He hit the home run earlier today for the Huskies to cut the lead to 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning now, and he takes a hack at the splitter, can't come up with any contact. And then he fouls off the pitch up and in. Was handcuffed a little bit on that one. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Circle change down below the knees. And the two-seam fastball up and in gets him to swing and miss. Rocco Wooten to the plate now. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Wooten chops it foul down the third base line. 0-1 count. Maloney charging. Maloney sidearm throw to first. Bigby with the catch to retire him. Brings up Ramiro Sharman with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th. Sharman swings over the top of a splitter. And swings over the top of a curveball as well, as Harville is looking pretty dominant here in the last few innings. 1-2 count. A weak ground ball, and Bigby takes care of it, steps on the bag for the out, and we end the 6th inning with a score of OSU 3, Washington 2. We head on to the 8th inning now. Bottenfield on in place of Kester on the mound. Bottenfield. 0-2 count to Rene Rogers. Rogers grounds it down the third baseline. He's got wills, but a nice throw from the third baseman gets him out at first for the first out of the inning. Bottenfield now facing Banwart with 1 out in the 8th. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike 1. And another breaking ball is blooped into right field, and that was a dying quail, and that quail died a slow, ignominious death, my friends. That one took a long time to reach the ground. If you don't know what ignominious means, I didn't either till I looked it up, and it means humiliating or embarrassing. So that dying quail died an embarrassing death out there in right field, and it was a slow, embarrassing death. Ignominious just sounds cool, so I used that word not knowing what it meant. Anyway, 0-1 count, and Gino Washburn's at the plate. They move his feet on that pitch as he has to get out of the way. It's a 2-1 count to Washburn, and he's going to line this one into the gap in left center. That one is going to split the outfielders, roll all the way to the wall. Runner from first is rounding third. He's heading to the plate, and there's not going to be a relay throw as Washburn's in to second with a double and scores the run all the way from first, and it's now 4-2 in favor of the Beavers in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Two-seam fastball up and in, probably off the plate, but swung on and missed. Circle change down and away from Bottenfield. And the 0-2 pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 3. In the middle of 8, it's 4-2, Oregon State with the lead. Jesse Everett coming on to pitch the 8th inning in kind of a setup role. He's got 4 pitches. His fastball is decent. The other 3 pitches are a work in progress. 2-0 count. 2-1 now as he gets the fastball over for a strike and a line drive into left field, but Swaden's right there to make the catch. Eddie Wiggins now, he's 2 for 3 on the day. A double, a stolen base to his credit. Circle change, breaks below the knees for ball 1. And a little chopper to the right side. Bigby makes the play onto Everett at first for the out. It brings up Sanabria again. He's 1 for 3, and the lefty facing the lefty Everett here in the 8th inning, trying to get this one to the 9th and give Jesse Castaneda a chance to save it for the Beavers. 1-2 count with 2 outs. And the pitch down in the dirt. Norris blocks it well. And the four-seam fastball, a little high cheese, gets him to swing and miss. 4-2 lead as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Tomko at the plate. Tomko takes the first pitch for a curveball outside. And this time he's a little behind a fastball, but lines it to the right side for the first out of the inning. John Norris now at the plate. He's the backup catcher. Getting some work in today against conference rival Washington. And I guess with the University of Oregon not having a baseball program, UW is probably the closest geographical rival for Oregon State as far as baseball is concerned. So these are probably our biggest conference rivals right here. It's a 4-2 lead for us in the top of the 9th inning. A runner on first now. With 1 out, Oregon State trying to add more to their lead. The two-seamer breaks off the plate. It's 1-1. Breaking ball, too short, on to second, on to first for 2, and the throw gets away from him, so he will reach on the fielder's choice with 2 outs. Here's the ground ball to the right side. The first baseman's going to beat him to the bag, and that will end the top of the 9th. For the Beavers, we head to the bottom. Jesse Castaneda on, trying to get his 3rd save of the season. A big wiffle ball slider in there for a strike, and now a ground ball to Fellows at second base, and Fellows easily on to first for out number 1. So the Huskies are down to their final 2 outs. Rocco Wooten to the plate now, and he's going to ground it up the middle for a base hit. And that will bring the tying run to the plate at least. And it's Ramiro Sharman. So a long ball from Sharman would tie this game up. Slider breaks around the plate for ball 1. Castaneda's second pitch is a 4-seamer down and away off the plate. He follows it up with a 4-seamer that misses low, and it's 3-0. Changeup catches the low outside corner, and the fastball breaks down and away off the plate, and Castaneda walks a batter to bring the go-ahead run, the game-winning run, to the plate in the form of Nix. Nix takes the first pitch for a strike. He looks at the second pitch for a strike. And the third pitch is a changeup down and in. He swings over the top of it. A nice changeup from Castaneda. And the Huskies' hopes and dreams here in this game will ride on the shoulders of P.J. Milner. He has had a pretty good game so far, though. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole. And the pitch up and away. It's a 1-2 count. Castaneda with the slider. Oh, man, that was close. He could have rung him up on that one. The 2-2 pitch, though. The changeup, he swings over the top of it. This ball game is over. The Oregon State Beavers get the win. They'll improve to 5-2 in conference play as they win the first of this 3-game series in Seattle over the Washington Huskies. A 4-2 win on the strength of 11 hits. The Huskies with 2 runs on 8 hits. A final score of 4-2 in this one. Hope you'll catch us back here again for more Beavers baseball as the season goes on. We'll simulate through a little bit, get into the next series, which is the Arizona Wildcats from Corvallis. So we'll finally get a home game to do here. Rogers went 1 for 4, Banwart 1 for 4, Washburn went 4 for 4, Swaden 1 for 4. Washburn had all 4 RBIs. Maloney, Tomko, Norris, and Fellows all with a hit. The only person in the starting batting order for the Beavers that did not get a hit was Bigby, the first baseman. Fellows and Washburn with doubles. Washburn had 2 doubles. He's got 10 on the season. Washburn has 4 home runs on the year and 21 runs batted in. Quick look at the standings. You see Oregon State at 5-2. Our next opponent, Arizona, is 3-4. We just beat Washington, who is at 2-2. So catch us next time for Oregon State baseball for episode number 3. Like, share, subscribe, do all those great things, and we'll catch you back here again on Triple S.